Hello, my name is Trix. I'm still very new to being a medium and have not developed much, but I wanted to share my first ever experience. I am 19, and this happened when I was 17 and a senior in high school. For privacy, all names will be changed, including mine. Since I was a kid, I had this weird sixth sense, though I didn't understand it at the time. My mother always said I would start crying in loud places and could never sleep. To this day, I don't really sleep but instead go into something I call a trance, where I zone out and start hearing details or noises. It's a normal occurrence for lights to flicker around me. I even had to get rid of a touch lamp because it would turn on by itself. I never feel alone, but I've learned to tune it out. Sometimes I even ask the presents to stop messing with things or just give a simple greeting. On July 28th, 2022, my friends and I went ghost hunting. It was summer break, and we were dumb teens looking for a thrill. I had pushed the idea of being a medium away and ignored it. We met at the park and joked around. Mindy, the sweetest person ever, kept wandering off to pick flowers, which was strange but something we were used to. After everyone arrived, we headed off to a nearby tunnel. It was narrow, and nothing happened. It was fun, and we should have left it at that. Eric joined us, and we were all excited to have one more friend with us. He brought up a tunnel behind his house, so we crammed into 2 cars and headed there. At Eric's house there were about 10 of us. Aidan, my ex, told me he and another guy had used a ghost box at Mindy's house, and they got a couple of things. One was the word flowers repeated 3 times, just like Mindy had picked flowers 3 times earlier. Eric started with a story about a disabled kid who lived in the area. He was invited to a pool party only to be bullied. They ended up pushing him into the pool, where he hit his head and died. The kids responsible for his death took his body to the site we were visiting and buried him. Supposedly, a tree grew where he was buried. We awkwardly laughed as Eric led the way. I had a strange gut feeling, zoning out as I often do. My friend Zach was already feeling sick as we got closer. I ended up getting closer to Aidan, who asked if I was okay. When we were about 10 feet away from the tunnel, I stopped. Aidan and Ryan stayed with me while everyone else went into the tunnel. I started to panic, looking around. Then I saw a small head peeking out. It was blurry but clear to me. I started to hear "get out" almost like a warning. Aidan kept trying to get my attention, but I heard it again leave. Something shook me from behind, yelling at me to get my friends out of the tunnel. I could only softly look up the hill where the tunnel was. I didn't know Nathan had gone up the tunnel and seen something. I couldn't move, but Aidan and Ryan believed me immediately. They started getting everyone out, telling them what I saw and felt. We regrouped and I saw Zach was on the verge of vomiting while Nathan couldn't speak. I couldn't explain myself either and kept asking for us to leave. Nathan still couldn't tell us what was wrong as we got in the car. They all wanted to go back to Nathan and Mindy's house, but I asked to be dropped off at home, which they did. The next day, Aidan told me Nathan had seen a 4-foot-tall black-eyed child later at Nathan and Mindy's house. Their younger brother walked into the living room and asked their mum if she was in her room, which she wasn't. They went to check, and there it was, the 4FT child again. Mindy had apparently asked it, "Do you want to be my friend?" I guess it followed them home.